Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Age channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, it's so close. Thanks for supporting me, guys. British heavyweight Anthony Joshua decided to return to his native boxing gym, where he began his journey to the heights of amateur and professional boxing. Recall that on August 20th, AJ was defeated for the second time by Alexander Usyk, having failed to regain the WBA, WBO and IBF belts. Back to where it all started from, and far from where it will end. I love this game, Joshua said in the pictures, thereby hinting that he intends to continue his career. Famous British promoter Frank Warren criticized Eddie Hearn for predicting a possible fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. According to Warren, Hearn constantly spoke negatively about his fighters, and he also believes that after Anthony Joshua's defeat in a fight with Usyk, Eddie can forget about the heavyweight champion. Whatever happens, Hearn can forget about the heavyweight champion. His fighters will never again claim championship titles in this weight. Joshua was unable to regain the titles, again losing to Usyk by decision of the judges. Eddie Hearn came out after the fight and said that Alexander Usyk would beat Tyson Fury. Let's remember what forecast he made in the past. Hearn said that White would beat Tyson Fury, and this fight would not attract the attention of fans, since he would have nothing to do with the promotion but will beat all the box office receipts, and our guy won by knockout. He also said that Wilder would defeat Fury 3 times, and that Anthony Joshua would knock out Alexander Usyk in both fights. Hearn said Canelo would beat Bivol. His predictions are as good as Kemar Hordes, Warren said. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard absolutely every day and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks for supporting me, guys. The famous American coach Robert Garcia announced that he will continue to cooperate with the former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua of Great Britain. According to Garcia, he will insist that the Britain's next training camp be held at his gym in Oxnard, California. I told Anthony and his team that the best way to continue working together is if he comes to my gym in California 8 weeks before the fight. I told him, I need you to be around a lot of fighters who will create an atmosphere of competition. This is what is missing when we train in his gym. Fighters have to compete with each other, then each of them wants to do more than his partner. Joshua should be next to the other champions. Anthony was always alone in the camp. There were never any guys around with whom you had to compete and train. He has a fun atmosphere, Garcia said. Russian heavyweight Dmitry Kudryshov is sure that Anthony Joshua lost in a rematch with Alexander Usyk because of his psychological problems. This also gets that all the problems are in psychology. He couldn't realize all the advantages in height, weight and so on just because of his head. There was no certainty that what he was told would work. So Joshua started doing what Usyk needed again. Alexander has been boxing with such guys all his life, including an Olympic boxing champion. It was necessary to impose something that goes beyond the scope, Kudryshov said. David Haye came to the defense of Anthony Joshua, who broke down on emotions after losing a rematch with Alexander Usyk. Joshua couldn't have tried harder. I give him 10 points out of 10 for his efforts. He couldn't do more than he had prepared in training. Joshua was trying to do what he trained. What else can you do when you give 100%? He gave his best. Joshua's behavior after the fight? When people missed blows to the head in the ring for 36 minutes, they have a lot of emotions. It was the biggest event in which everyone denied Joshua and bet against him. He didn't realize his dream, David Haye said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.